Recently, I put a post in my IG. What I put in my IG is, "Hooray, I just got my interest. Keep saving, guys. You will achieve your goal very soon." #sarcasm. A lot of people know that I studied economics for a long time and I'm lecturing economics. And they also know that I'm very sarcastic. Hey, Nathan here, and today I'm going to share with you why I don't save money for retirement. First one is about this basket. You may be wondering, why am I using a broken basket to shoot a video in front of you? Because this is a broken basket that the government used to measure inflation. So what is this basket about? This basket is actually whatever you want to buy in your city, the government will put it inside the basket. For example, if you buy a dog, they put the dog inside, measure the price. If you buy a book, they put the book inside to measure the price. And if you buy a whatever, they put the whatever inside the basket. So this is the Consumer Price Index or CPI. So why is this not accurate? Because this CPI doesn't measure real cost of goods and cost of living. Second, you must know what is inflation. Inflation is basically about converting the basket of goods and services for different years or different months into percentage. When they convert it to percentage, basically what they are doing is they want to measure cost of living. However, like what I just told you, it does not measure it accurately. And inflation will actually eat up your purchasing power. For the same dollar, same cents, every year you're going to buy lesser goods and services. So why do you need to save in the bank when the bank only pay you certain amount of interest, and this interest will be lesser than inflation rate? And whatever you save inside the bank is basically, after minus inflation rate, you will get a negative return, especially those who have negative interest rate, which means you basically save in the bank, but it's not the bank pay you interest, you have to pay the bank interest to save in the bank. So how can you save for retirement if that's the case? The thing you need to know is inflation is actually a tax. Why is it a tax? For example, just think that initially your goods is $5, so then you have the service tax. So for example, your service tax is 10%, then your tax will be 50 cents because 10% of $5 is 50 cents. However, if the government increase the inflation, a lot of people who never study economics don't know that inflation is actually an invisible tax. When they increase the goods and services price to $10, for example, although they still maintain the same service tax rate, 10%, but now you have to pay $1 instead of 50 cents. So please remember, do not save money in the bank or other financial tools because they cannot cover inflation. That's why I don't save money in my bank and I don't save it for retirement, because I know that if I put my money inside, it will constantly, it's like a monster constantly eating my currency away, and then I will live miserably after 20 years when I want to retire. So for those who want to learn more about retirement, remember to go to my website, wealthmesh.com. I'm the founder of wealthmesh.com, and like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. See you for next episode.